If you're a male entrepreneur dad, you know the feeling, right? Like you finish work, you handle kids, you support your wife, you put out fires all day. And by the time you think about working out, your body says, brother, you're done. You want to train, you want to feel strong, you want discipline, but you're just exhausted before you even start. Look, here's the truth. Your problem isn't a lack of energy, it's a lack of capacity. So today what I'm going to show you is like how to build the energy you think you've lost, right? So you can train consistently, even on a day where you just feel empty. Look, there was a phase in my life where every day felt like I was waking up with like half charged battery, right? I had 6 kids, baby in bed, business, coaching, kids, meals, schedules, conflict, pressure, responsibilities. Look, by the time I looked at my gym bag, my body just felt like I was moving through mud, right? And I kept telling myself, look, I'll train when I have more energy. But the energy, guess what, never came. Weeks went by and I would just feel sluggish, mentally foggy, more irritated, confidence dropped. Then one day after just like a really stressful week, I forced myself to just do a 10-minute workout, right? Not a full session, 10-minute, 20 word workout. And something happened in me. The moment I moved my body, my energy rose. My clarity opened up and I just felt awake again. Look, I felt alive, present. And that's when it clicked for me, right? I didn't like energy because I was training. I liked energy because I wasn't training. Look, movement creates energy, discipline creates clarity, training creates strength. Not just physical, but mental and emotional, right? That's one shift. That one shift changed my entire relationship with exhaustion. So here's my first piece of guidance. Energy isn't found, it's generated. I know. Going against some people, right? The energy is always here. Look, most men believe that they need to feel energized before working out, but your physiology, your body, doesn't work that way. Energy is something, it's not something that you wait for, it's something that you activate, just like a button. You activate, right? Here's what happens when you move. Your body, even just a little bit, okay? Blood flow increases, right? That means more oxygen equals more clarity, which equals more alertness. 2, hormone shift. Dopamine rises, motivation. Endorphin rises, mood. Testosterone rises, driving power. Look, these chemicals are the source of your masculine fire, right? 3, hormone, guess what they do? The hormone drop cortisol decreases when you begin to move, right? And the first 5 minutes of training, they really do more for stress reduction than a full hour of sitting on the couch, right? That's why you kind of get that sweat and things get moving, right? Then number 4 is like your nervous system. Guess what it does? It resets because movement pulls you out of survival mode, right? It shifts you from overwhelm to control. And this is why tired men just feel mentally the opposite of sharper, right? So look, energy isn't a prerequisite for working out. Working out is a prerequisite for energy. Should have a shirt with that. Look, if you want to be present, a powerful father, and a husband, your body must be activated. Okay, second advice, lower the starting line. Look, your problem sometimes isn't consistency. Your problem is like the size of the commitment that you think you need, right? When you're exhausted, the gym feels like Mount Everest and you don't even have shoes on, right? Like a full hour can feel impossible. A long workout becomes overwhelming, and that's why you must lower the starting line. Not because you're weak, but because this high start, this high momentum start, right? Here's a practical way you can do it. 10-minute rule. Commit to just 10 minutes. And if after 10 minutes you want to stop, you can. But 90% of the time, once you get started, your energy wakes up and you naturally keep going. 2, remove any friction. That's why sometimes I work out with no shoes, right? I promise you, no shoes, no shirt, just shorts. Like remove the friction of like having to find things, right? Decision fatigue kills momentum. 3, do micro workout. 3 sets of push-ups, 5-minute shadow boxing round, quick little Muay Thai combo, right? Lunges around the house. a one song movement session or holding plank. Look, these counts, these matters, these stacks like bricks. These build your identity. And four, make training accessible, right? I work out at home because it's accessible as an entrepreneur, right? Keep dumbbells somewhere. Don't have to think, oh man, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta da 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 da, because friction, right? Make it accessible. Open a garage door, get in there, work out, right? Because it's activation. The activated men have more energy for who? For their family. Because the men that wait, guess what? Motivation never comes. Three, train for the man you are becoming, not the one you feel like today. Okay? That's like a mindset thing, right? When exhaustion hits, you cannot train based on the feelings, right? You must train based on the identity. So like ask yourself this question, like, how would the future version of me show up today? How would the future version of Julian show up today? Because the strong father trains, the powerful husband trains, the focused entrepreneur and leader trains. Look, the disciplined leader trains. That man with vision, guess what he does? He trains. Because training isn't about aesthetics, right? It's about leadership. It's about emotional regulation. It's about confidence. It's about longevity, so you can be there for your kids and your kids' kids, and you can see it, right? It's about being the kind of men who carry his family through any season because his body is solid. He has capacity. When you train, you walk into your home grounded. You walk into a conversation with clarity. You walk into pressure with strength. You walk into challenges with power. Look, your family feels that version of you. Your business as a leader feels that version of you. You feel that version of you. Working out isn't a luxury, like it's the foundation of masculine leadership. Your identity. Because your identity must lead before your feelings catch up. Does that make sense? Your identity must lead before your feelings catch up. Look, if you're exhausted and struggling to find the energy to work out, just remember this, okay? If I can leave you with anything. Energy is generated, not found. Lower the starting line so your body can activate. 3, train for identity, not emotion. Movement is what brings you back to life. A body emotion stays in motion, right? Not rest, not escape, movement. Your body is the engine of your leadership. Treat it like it. Treat it like it matters. Because it does. Look, in this next video, if you want consistency on top of this, the next video is designed just for you, right? I'm diving deep into how do I stay consistent with my fitness when my life keeps getting in the way. So click right there and I'll see you inside. Peace out.